Hello and welcome to Ben Ross's Conservatorium of Audio. I'm Ben Rosser, and today we're going to be taking a look at using gates. As with most effects, there's a couple of different ways you can use gates, whether you're using them to help improve the sound of audio or whether you're using them more as an effect. So we're going to have a look at both of those different methods today. So the first thing we're going to look at is using a gate to try and clean up a bit of spill from a snare recording that we have. So we'll just find that one, chuck that one in there. We'll just get rid of our MIDI channel for the moment, and we'll just have a listen to what this one sounds like on its own. All of what you're hearing right there is pretty much spill, as the snare doesn't actually come in until later on. So if we go up to where the snare comes in, so as you can hear, there is quite a bit of spill happening in between the individual snare hits, and it is quite loud, so we might not be able to get rid of all of it using a gate, but we'll see what we can do anyway. So we're going to grab hold of our Ableton gate effect. You can use pretty much any gate you want for this purpose, but I find this one's pretty good. So we're just going to play that clip again, and we might just get it to loop the section where the snares come in for us. So if we just hit play on that one, and you'll hear the gate is actually having an effect on the sound at the moment. So sounding a little bit rough. Once you get your threshold adjusted to come in pretty much where you need it, it's a matter of adjusting your attack, hold and release settings to be able to get the envelope of the gate to match the envelope of the sound you're trying to let through. The attack control allows you to adjust how quickly the gate reacts once the sound goes over the threshold that you've set, while the hold control adjusts how long it will actually stay open and let the sound keep coming through once it has opened. And then once it's held the gate open, the release then determines how quickly the gate will then close again. So if we play the sound and have a little bit of a play with those, we'll try and get the envelope of the gate shaped to the envelope of the snare we're working with. So as you can see, not quite getting perfect there, as we do have some of the spill is actually quite loud in that channel. We are managing to get rid of a fair bit of it though, and if we go back into the start of the clip and play that, you'll hear there's not very much at all getting through. So it is doing the job that we need it to do. It's just that we're getting some of the spill a little bit too loud through that channel. So that's a bit of an example of how to use it to clean up a channel. Like I said, there is another way to use it as well, which is more of an effect. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get rid of this audio clip for the moment, and we'll just reset our gate. And we're just going to find ourselves a little bit of an audio loop. We'll go for a bit of a drum loop. That might work well for us. And we might be able to do something pretty cool with that one, so we'll see what that one sounds like on its own. Just bring the tempo of that one up a bit. So you can hear it's got a very airy sort of sound. There's a bit of reverb, bit of delay sort of stuff happening in there. If you wanted to clean it up a bit and get everything a little bit tighter, then what you can do is use the gate to be able to get rid of some of that airy stuff and help make it sound a little bit more solid. So we'll see what we can do with this one. So if we just turn that gate back off for the moment and we'll have a listen. And if we bring that gate back in, you could even still let some of that, a little bit more of the tail come through. Turn the gate back off again. And bring it back in. So as you can see, it can be a quite handy thing to use, especially if you need to tighten up a kick drum or a snare drum, or pretty much any percussive instrument will work quite well with. So we might even just find another sound, something a little bit different, and see what we can do with that one. Why not? We'll chuck that one in there and see what that can do for us. So as you can hear, this sound is also quite airy, has a bit of a reverby thing going on as well. So we might see if we can't tighten up some of those notes. Again, if we turn that gate off and have a bit of a listen. Got the nice smooth airy sort of sound happening if we bring the gate back in. You can hear straight away the gate's making it that little bit more percussive, taking away some of the smoothness and adding that little bit more rhythm to it. So as I said, it can be quite handy on not just percussive instruments, but on pretty much anything you choose to throw through it. So have a play with your samples and your productions and try out your different gate effects that you've got available in your plugin library and see what sort of stuff you can come up with. So I hope to see you again in another Ben Ross's Conservatorium of Audio tutorial. Thanks for watching.